Welcome to Her Lights, your home for women's sports coverage. I'm your host, Erin Foley, a stand-up comic, TV writer, and most important, an obsessed sports fan. I break down the best games, highlight the best stories, and interview the best from the world of women's sports. So put on your jerseys, stretch out your hammies, and let's do this. Hello, Herlighters. It's Erin Foley back in the booth talking women's sports. So happy to be with you here this Monday, February 9th. Happy Olympic watching. Happy Super Bowl watching. I don't know if you were a Hawks fan or a Patriots fan. What a barn burner, huh? Don't look away. You'll miss a field goal. Wow. But I'm a New York Giants fan, so I was not rooting for the Patriots. Happy to see at least that team get a couple of touchdowns, even though I can't stand the Patriots. You don't want, you want to give the fans a little bit of excitement, and the guys, 2 years into the league. So, but I was thrilled for the city of Seattle and the Seahawks. So, and Bad Bunny, so much fun. Loved it all. It was a fun day. Do I have a gluten hangover? Is that embarrassing? It is. Okay, let's do this. I went deep, of course. Regular listeners to the show, you know how I'm obsessed with the Olympics. So I went deep. So we're going to do some Olympic highlights today, and then a couple other stories in the world of women's sports. And also stay tuned for Thursday's show, Dana Goldberg, friend of the show. And we're going to do a lot more Olympic coverage. By the way, if you hear some rattling or banging in the background, it's because I got a cat. And I've already started this twice, and then I had to take her out of the room where I'm recording because she's a lunatic because she's 1 year old. And so that's fun for me while I'm recording to hear all kinds of ambient noises of my cat trying to break down the door. Okay, here we go. That segment was gay. All right, let's dive into Olympic coverage. Breezy Johnson wins the gold medal Olympic downhill skiing. What a moment for Breezy Johnson. I mean, she had one of the fastest times coming down the hill in the training session. She looked really good before the Olympics. And of course, she's being overshadowed by Vonn and Schifrin, and we'll get to all of that. But just so excited for her. My God, she flew down the mountain. She was amazing. And this is like a full circle feel-good moment. I don't know if you know this, but she could not compete in the 2022 games because she tore her ACL right before the Olympics in Cortina. I don't know if it was the exact same hill, but a slope in Cortina, the exact area where she hurt her ACL. So just think about that psychologically, right? So 4 years ago, you can't compete. 4 years later, you come back, you take the gold medal. It was so feel good and just a wonderful story. So huge congratulations to Breezy Johnson. USA's first gold medal. Loved it. Love everything about it. And of course, on the tail end of that, we have to talk about Lindsey Vonn. Even before she started the race, right? I just was, it was a story that I just became obsessed with, obviously. The comeback story, the titanium knee, going into the Olympics, peak performance. Then she ruptures the ACL the week before. And you think the Olympic dream is over. And she's like, no, I'm going to try my best. So, I mean, when she was in the starting gate, right? I had so much anxiety. I was losing my shit. And I was trying to think I was nervous. I was like, do I hit pause and look at the results? Because I was coming unglued when she was in the starting gate. And again, I wasn't thinking medal. I just was just get down the mountain, have a good time, you do the best you can do. And of course, heartbreaking, 12 seconds, 13 seconds in, she flies off the course. The leg goes out, crashes. It was a brutal crash. You could hear her crying. I mean, it was one of the hardest things I've watched in sports, men's, women's sports. That moment was so brutal and so heartbreaking because you know how much it meant to her and how hard she was trying to just compete and complete the course. And then you're worried about what are her injuries and it just and I was just also thinking about all the other skiers that had to come down the mountain after that. They stopped the course for I think it was a half hour. The whole thing was and she wasn't the only skier that was airlifted off. So just thinking about her and all the skiers where you completed it or crashed. I mean, it brought into perspective how dangerous that sport is, right? And how you miss an edge of a ski and you crash out, and all the injuries she's had and all the injuries all the competitors have had. And it turns out she broke her leg. And oh my God, it was heartbreaking. But also, I just want to say this at the same point in time. Um, what a badass. What a badass. What a champion. The guts, what it takes on a ruptured ACL to try to go down that hill in the middle of the Olympics. I mean, she's like hero status. Like, just, people can be like, oh, reckless or whatever. Like, you have to be reckless to be a downhill skier. Okay. So I just want to say a huge congratulations to Lindsey Vonn, and um, just for even trying. We obviously wish she hadn't hurt herself and just completed the race, but an absolute like Olympic icon. A couple other fun stories that I absolutely loved. Here's just a fantastic story, and I'm going to botch her name because I do not speak Italian, but Francesca Lollobrigida. I think I nailed it. I apologize. I practiced, and then I get flustered. It's Lollobrigida, and I will connect her and her story in the show notes. Apologies for the name pronunciation. I will get better in my Italian. Wins gold on her birthday. There's so many layers to this, right? She's a speed skater. Won gold in the women's 3,000, which is basically you start speed skating and then 7 hours goes by and then you complete the race. I mean, it is brutal. And she won like handedly. She's on her 35th birthday, right? 3,000 meters. It was Italy's first Olympic gold ever in women's long track speed skating. So, right there. Okay. You're in Italy. You win your first Olympic gold medal for Italy in that event. It's your birthday. It's your 35th birthday. And you know how these announcers are. If you're over 25, just get a walker. I can't believe you're competing in the Olympics. And one of the sweetest moments is she gets it. She's got the flag around her, runs like off the course, gets her son. She is a mom. She's like a 2.5-year-old boy. He's taken over like the press conference and like grabbing her hair and grabbing the medal. The whole thing was so feel good and so wonderful. And just a huge congratulations to Francesca. I won't even bother trying for her last name, but it was just like what the Olympics are all about. So that was absolutely huge. Another really fun moment was Maddie Chiles. She's a figure skater for Canada, and she's juggling the Olympics with college. She's a full-time student at McMaster University, and this really fun moment came up. I want to read you. So she's in the competition. She's a figure skater, and then I saw this on Instagram, and let me just pull this up for you because I want to read what she wrote to her professor. You might have seen the story because it was all over of the internets. But it was so adorable, and it sort of put it in perspective. Like you're trying to balance college and the Olympics. Here it is. She's writing to her professor. I'm a student in your sociology course, and I'm wondering if I could get a short extension on this week's reflection. I was competing in the Olympic Games yesterday and thought the reflection was due on Sunday, not Friday. Then she wrote, here's the Canadian Olympic Committee press release to confirm my participation. Oh my God. Absolutely love that moment. I mean, man, when I was in college, I used every excuse to get out of everything. But I think she gets a full pass for the rest of the semester. So we'll be cheering for her. That was really, really great. I also went deep on the team competition, and it was like neck and neck between USA and Japan. And Amber Glenn, and we had pair skating, and then we had the quad god taking it, and it was just so fun. All these events are so fun. I know this show focuses on women's sports, but man, I'm watching everything. I absolutely love it. And of course, we'll wrap up some Olympic coverage with this. I favorite sport, obviously, since the dawn of time for Winter Olympics. And just one of my all-time favorite sports is women's ice hockey. And boy, do we look good. Okay, so I'm recording this on Monday morning, and we're about to play Switzerland. And then I think we have Canada tomorrow. So I'll just give you a brief update on the two games that I saw. It was like Thursday and I believe Saturday morning. Game one, I mean, we were crushing. We were absolutely crushing it. 5-1 against Czechia. Alex Carpenter, Joy Dunn with goals, Haley Scamora, who's going to be on the show. I'm hoping to fly and see New York Sirens, Montreal Victoire, and meet her at the end of February. She's one of my favorite players. Two goals by her. Her ice time, she was on the ice for 7 minutes and scored two goals. It was amazing. Hillary Knight, obviously, just, and we'll get to her in a second, another goal. It was just so great. It was just like, a little bit of, just feeling each other out in the first period, and then it was just like an absolute onslaught. And then Finland, we won 5-0. I mean, we're outscoring opponents 10-1. Alex Carpenter, by the way, just ripping it up. Another goal on a power play. Layla Edwards, Megan Keller with assists. Layla Edwards, I mean, she's what, like 18? She's still in college. First Black woman to play in the Olympics. I mean, just she has been like a shining star. Another goal by Hillary Knight. And I just want to put some stuff into historical perspective because I'm like a stats nerd, and I also want to celebrate some women that came before that. Of course, the cameras weren't on, and social media wasn't was what it was now, or what it is now. Wow, I can really get that sentence out. So Hillary Knight, right now, she has total points. She has 29 total points in the Olympics, 14 goals, 15 assists. Okay. This is her fifth Olympic Games. So with that goal in Finland, against Finland on Saturday, she's tied with Natalie Darwitz and Katie King for the most Olympic goals by a U.S. women's hockey player. So do yourself a favor and do a little deep dive, and I will provide this information in the next upcoming weeks on Natalie Darwitz and Katie King. These women are ferocious. They're amazing. They're some of like the best USA women's hockey players of all time. And I know I did origin story for the 85ers, our first U.S. women's national team, which you should listen to, 7-part series, shout out. But I want to do one for ice hockey because these women are just absolutely incredible. So the next goal, Hillary Knight, which will probably be later today, she's looking to become the all-time goal scorer for USA women's in Olympic history. And also she's knocking on the door on total points. And Jenny Potter, who is just, again, one of the greatest of all time, has 32 total points for US. She's had this for decades, right? This record, 11 goals, 21 assists. And now Hillary Knight has 29 points. So Hillary Knight, if she keeps going the way she's going, and we know she will, barring anything horrible happening, like injury-wise, she will be the all-time career goal scorer and career points in Olympics. So look out for that. But also, in your spare time, go look up Jenny Potter. Go look up Natalie Darwitz, Katie King. These are legends of the game. Okay, so we've got a couple more for USA hockey. We got Switzerland today, we got Canada tomorrow, and then we start going into the quarters and the semis, and that's when it gets real tight and real stressful and real fun. Okay, two stories to round out today's podcast. Just a huge congratulations to NYU women's basketball, set the NCAA Division III record, 82 consecutive wins. This is a story I've been following. I mean, they haven't lost in like 3 seasons. I mean, that's how incredible this team is. They run back-to-back undefeated national championship seasons in 2024, 2025. Previous record held by Washington University. That was in 98 to 2001. That was 81 straight wins. So NYU breaking the record, 82 consecutive wins. Just a huge congratulations to the team and their coach, Meg Barber, who also played for NYU. She was a former NYU player who took over the program in 2018. She is going to be scooped up. If she wants to stay at NYU, she probably got a job for life. But if not, Meg Barber, listen for that name in the future. All right, rounding it out, I absolutely am obsessed with the story. Jordan Chiles, of course, one of our absolute epic Olympic gymnastics, or gymnasts, I should say. She also happens to be a UCLA college student. We forget, like when we look at them as, what we say professionals or Olympians, she's also a college student. So you can literally, if you're in Los Angeles, and I will be doing this, I saw her last year, or when did I see her? I can't remember when I saw her. But she's at UCLA. Okay. So they had a match against a meet. I believe in gymnastics, it's meet. She had a meet against University of Minnesota. And we all know what's happening in Minneapolis and all over the state and all over this country. But obviously, Minneapolis has had the worst of it. She decided for her floor routine, she was going to do a Prince floor routine to, obviously just honor and be in solidarity with the people of Minneapolis, Prince, icon of Minneapolis, rocks it. The routine, go online and watch this routine. It is absolutely fantastic. She got a 10, a perfect 10 on the floor. She's had, I don't know, I think 4 weeks of perfect 10s because she's an icon. She's like one of the greatest gymnasts of all time. And she has these like the most strong, most beautiful legs. She just like the power. She's so fun to watch. It gets better. Then, now she's at an away meet. Okay. So UCLA narrowly beats Minnesota. She grabs the mic and then just like addresses the crowd. And she's like, I just wanted to say that I did this Prince routine because we support Minnesota. We want to uplift the fans. I hope it gave you joy. I know your community is going through this difficult time. She said the Prince routine was meant for you guys. Hope it would bring energy and encouragement and that the Bruins will always stand with Minnesota. Oh my God. It was so feel good and it was so amazing. And it was just one of these moments where it's like not about her, not about the college. It's about, just human decency and humanity all like weaved in with this like beautiful sports moment and a perfect 10. Come on. How good are women's sports? I mean, come on. Huge congratulations to Jordan Chiles on the floor, on the mat, and off the mat. She is just like an absolute just a winner and an icon. That'll do it for today. Okay, Thursday, we're back. Dana Goldberg and I will be doing all kinds of more Olympic coverage. I'm going to be trying to do more Olympic coverage on the Insta, on the socials. Also, I will continue to be on Sirius Radio. Netflix is a joke with Tom Papa, filling in for Fortune Feimster. So Tom and I are talking a lot of sports, and I try to put as much women's sports as possible on that radio program. You can find that on Sirius XM channel. And that is it for us. Please rate and review the show. Leave a review. I'm obsessed with the reviews. I know I just said I have to start reading the reviews, which I'm going to make a note to myself and absolutely read one on the next podcast. So that is a note for myself. But it really helps. So subscribe, rate, review, leave a comment, all of it. It really helps to continue the show that I absolutely love to do. Happy Olympics watching, and fans, friends, family, have the best week of your life.